Okay, so good morning, everyone, and then welcome to another morning analysis session. And it has been a very long time since we did this stuff. Yeah, I think throughout this year we've not had like a morning analysis session. We've only been having like all these normal classes where we do Q&As and then we pick a topic and then we learn. But then today, since we did not do any class this weekend, we just needed to do an analysis session. Do you understand? So I'm first of all going to look at the currency pairs I trade. Then we're going to look at the major currency pairs together. Do you understand? Then we'll pick maybe any other extra 2 or 3 currency pairs and then look at and then call it a session. Yep. So let's get started. Now, on the whole line of the currency pairs I trade, first of all, we'll look at AUDUSD. So we'll start from the 4-hour time frame. Let's look at the direction of the market. Do you understand? Now, let's see what trend this market is in at the moment. Okay, so this market was more or less in a downtrend here. Price sort of like pushed down here to create like a lower low. We pushed up to create a lower high. You can see that we had equal lows here. Do you understand? And then price shifted. Price sort of like created this higher high, higher low, pushed up, failed to create another higher high. And then now it has created this low. Now, if we look at it, you see that price just broke below this previous low here. Do you understand? So this 4-hour time frame is more or less changing to a downtrend. Do you understand? It's turning bearish. So let's go to the 1-hour time frame and then look for opportunities for yourself. So on this 1-hour time frame now, if you look at this, you see that yesterday we had this whole dump to the downside that created this lower low, and then price is more or less retracing back up now. So we can look at potential levels where price could stop for the next sell to the downside. And the easiest way for us to get that is with our Fibonacci. So what I'll be looking at now is something like this. Price go back up, tap this 0.618 level. Let's get a sell from there to the downside. Do you understand? That's what I'll be looking out for today on this AUDUSD. Now, if price doesn't get here, we don't get any opportunity, that sort of stuff. But then this is basically what I have on AUDUSD today. Then let's look at NZDUSD. Now, NZDUSD too is quite similar, but then before we conclude, we still have to look at the 4-hour time frame. What is this one doing? Now, almost the same thing. You can see that at the top there, NZDUSD just did that same stuff of price creating like this high, low, failure to create another high. That's another like higher high. We created like equal highs, and then price just created this low. Now, what we confirm if this market is already shifting is if this low here broke below this one. Now, if I draw a line, did we have any bodies of candlestick close below? Yes, these two candlesticks here. Their bodies actually close below this low. So this one is shifting towards the downside. So let's look for opportunities that we can potentially sell on this currency pair. And honestly, I'm still going to do the same thing with AUDUSD. Slap my fib on it from here to here. And then look at price going back to tap this level, and then we get a sell from there to the downside. So something like this, that's opportunity number 2. Do you understand? So the next thing we do is let's look at some major currency pairs. So we start with GBP USD. Wow. This is very, very interesting. Okay, so the 4-hour time frame. So the 4-hour time frame looks like price just created this higher high, higher low. Price pushed up to create like another high, and then pushed down to create a low, but then it has not broken the previous high or low yet. Do you understand? It's in between. Now, if we go to the lower time frame, we can clearly see that this market for a while now has actually been in a range. So we have like the low of the range around here, something like this, and then we've got the high of the range around here. Now, you guys know me very well. I hate ranging markets. So for me, there's no opportunity for me to sell here. Sorry, sell or buy, no trades. Do you understand? I would sit and then wait for price to break out of the range, either above or below. Do you understand? That's what I'll be looking out for on this currency pair. The next one we have is Euro USD. Now let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD too is almost the same thing. Oh, no, 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 no. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame first before we conclude. Just they jump into conclusions. So price just created like a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Now this move to the upside is like pushing up to create another higher high, but then it has not created yet. It's still pushing. So we're more or less leaning towards buys. So let's go to the 1-hour time frame and then see what opportunities we could get. So if you look at this, you'd see that price actually pushed up. We created like this high. No, honestly, I'm not going to even try to like sugarcoat it. To a certain level, it looks like we were ranging. Honestly, I don't want to force it to be a trend. Yeah, low of the range somewhere around here. Do you get? So price needs to like clearly exit this range. I don't want to jump in and then price more or less catches me off guard. Do you understand? So I like price to more or less, even if it's going to retrace first before pushing back up, I want to see that it has started like a clear uptrend or downtrend first before we jump into any trades. Do you understand? So that's what we're going to be looking at on this currency pair. The next thing we're going to look at is you people's favorite, gold. Oh, this is actually interesting. Okay. So this is nice. So price created like this lower high, sort of like another lower low, lower high. But once things got up here, it got pretty messy. Price created sort of like lower high, failed to create lower low, lower high. Now price broke below to create like lower low, and then now it's retracing back up. Now, for those of you that are wondering why I called this low here a lower low, yeah, this one here, is because it broke below. See this one here, the previous low, which is this one. Do you understand? Now, some people will be saying, oh, it needs to actually come back and break this low down here, this big one down here. No. Do you understand? This low broke below the previous one, so we got like a lower low, and then price is retracing back up. So let's look at the 1-hour time frame and see if we can like get any opportunities. Now, this is where it becomes tricky because for a while now, this market was clearly ranging on this 1-hour time frame. Something like this. Something like this, yeah. The market was ranging, but then if you still look at it, it looks like for a while now it has been leaning towards sales. So we created like this lower low, lower high, another lower low, lower high. Do you understand? Now, honestly, even I personally, I don't feel comfortable selling here. Do you understand? So what I'll just say is, for now, let's sit out and sacrifice. Even if we get this sell to the downside, let's just sacrifice it. Let's confirm that price is actually changing to a downtrend. So if you see, not that confirmed, or already it has shifted on the higher time frame to a downtrend. Do you understand? But then I would like to see something like this, create another lower low. Then on the next lower high now, start looking for sell opportunities. But then if you still want to rugged it, okay, it's actually too late to sell because if you plot your Fibonacci from here to here, price has already price is already approaching the 0.79 level. So for now, what we wait for now is for price to push down, break below this level. Now, once price breaks below this level now, we're actually like clearly in a downtrend. So we can start looking at the markets coming back to tap, and then we get sells to the downside, something like this. That's for gold. So we have to wait for that whole sell to the downside first. Then we'll look at USD card. USD card, I mean, it was USD JPY had like really nice sells yesterday, but then we missed it. It was at night. It sold around like 7 p.m. and I was off my charts then. Okay, so this one already shifted to like an uptrend on the 1-hour time frame. So for a while, we're doing like this low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Price pushed up. Instead of creating a lower high, it broke above the previous lower high. So we shifted structure and started creating higher high, higher low, another higher high, and then price is retracing. Do you understand? Currently for another higher low to basically continue the push to the upside. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame and then look for buy opportunities. So if you look at this, you'd see that price actually pushed up to create like higher high. As it was retracing to create higher low, it stopped here. Now it pushed up, it failed to create higher high, and then now it's pushing down to create pushing down to more or less shift structure. So if it breaks below this level, to shift structure on the 1 hour time frame. But then this is one thing that I've been preaching to you guys for the longest time, that even if this changes to a downtrend on this 1 hour time frame, it's still an uptrend. It's a retracement on the 4 hour time frame. So we're not looking to start jumping into sales immediately. What we'll still be leaning towards is buy opportunities. So we want to see a situation where price will shift to an uptrend. That's price break a high to the upside. That's when we'll be comfortable to look for buy opportunities. But then if price doesn't break to the upside and then continues doing the downtrend, at some point, even the 4 hour is going to shift. Do you understand? But then as long as the 4 hour time frame doesn't shift, I'm going to be leaning towards buy opportunities. Hope you guys are getting the idea. So I'm looking at something like this. So even if price doesn't form something like this here, what I'll be looking at it to do is break above, like see this current high that we have here now. If price does something like this, comes back to like break above this level, then I'll be looking at a retest and then a continuation to the upside, something like this. So I just want to see a shift on this 1 hour time frame. That's what I'll be looking out for on USD card. So let's look at USD JPY. That's the last major currency pair we have. Okay, let's see the 4 hour time frame. Clearly this 4 hour time frame has been bearish. So we can see that we have been creating series of lower low, lower high, lower low, sort of like a small lower high, lower low, lower high, then another lower low, and then price is sort of like retracing back up. Now let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Now, in the same light of following the trend, what we'll be looking to do is look for a sell opportunity. And if we look at this, we'll see that price has been creating lower low, lower high. We got that sell yesterday. And then instead of price creating a lower low, we created an equal low here and then pushed back up. Do you understand? Now, price did not break above the previous lower high, so we have not shifted yet. But then what we'd like to see is this move to the downside now, come and then break this previous low to the downside. Let's continue this downtrend that we're actually doing beautifully. So break below this level. Now, once price breaks below this level, now we'll be looking at price going back for a retest and then a continuation. So it's at that retest that we'll be looking to sell and then follow price movement to the downside. So that's basically it about the major currency pairs we have. Do you understand? If you guys see, I did not talk about GBP JPY. GBP JPY is a minor currency pair, very shitty currency pair. It has been doing wrong. Okay, the structure is not as bad as I think, but honestly, I don't want to really talk about it. So, if you guys have any other currency pairs you want us to take a look at, drop them in the chat box and then we'll take a look at them before we call it a morning. Yeah, we just got a couple of minutes. GBP card. GBP card. Okay. So, what about the? We are going to do that hopefully this Sunday. Do you understand? Someone is asking about the fair value gap and psychological levels. I said I would teach you guys. We'll do it hopefully this Sunday.
So what about the one I sent to you now?
Yeah. It's still there among the things we'll do this Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because this last Sunday, why we did not do any session, in as much as we scheduled a session, was because that was the day I came to Benin. So to a certain level, I did not settle down quick. So let's look at GBP card. Better Life wants us to look at GBP card. Okay, so this GBP card clearly has been in like an uptrend. Um, okay, price has been creating series of like higher highs, higher low, sort of like higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then price just created higher high, higher low, and then it's pushing up for another higher high. So let's drop to the 1 hour time frame and then see what opportunities we could get. Okay, this is not bad. Price has already started buying. That's the sad thing. Because if we look at this, if we plot our fib from here to here, okay, price did not get to the 0.618, but then we can see that price just tapped at this whole previous resistance come support and then it's pushing up. So before we get another buy opportunity now, price needs to break above this high here. This one I just highlighted. So we need to see price break above, come back, retest it, then we get another buy opportunity. So for now, we just have to let this move go. Don't jump on anything. Wait for this to happen. Any other currency pair you guys want us to take a look at? CHF, Jesus Christ. Sorry. But where are you guys getting all these cross pairs from? CHF, JPY. I don't think I've ever searched that in my life. Is a spread on this thing not killing you? We've looked at GBP USD already. Man, this is crazy. Okay, so I'm going to make our job easy. I'll just slap low of the range here and then high of the range here. So to a certain level, price has not clearly exited this range yet. So no opportunities. And if you go to the 1 hour time frame too, it's almost the same philosophy because I'll be the same phenomenon we're having. Price does like an uptrend, next thing shifts like a downtrend, and then it shifts to an uptrend. So for now, wait till that 4 hour range stops. Do you understand? See, for now, yeah, one thing I always advise you guys, always look at trading major currency pairs. They have the best trading conditions. Do you understand? Don't if the more you're messing around with all these minor and then cross currency pairs, they have tricky situations, a bit tricky structures, because most of them will always have choppy markets, especially the ones that are based on currencies that are not really that strong, like the British pound, the euro. Do you understand? Or yeah, the British pound, the euro. So if it's not something like GBP card, GBP JPY, euro card, euro JPY. The other ones you see, all these things like AUDNZD, JPY card CHF, all those ones are going to be very, very tricky. The spread would want to like finish you. Do you understand? So let's look at GBP NZD. This is the last currency pair we'll look at, then we'll call it a morning. Honestly, my daily time frame is just there for reference. For reference. Reference in the sense that there are certain times that I want to confirm something, and then I'll just look at the daily time frame. Because to a certain level, it's not like it doesn't affect my trading. Do you understand? But then I'm a short-term trader, trader per se. That's I'm looking to catch short-term market movements. Do you understand? So if I go to the daily time frame and then start looking at movements on the daily time frame, one candlestick is going to take one full day to actually form. Do you understand? And if I start basing my analysis off the daily time frame, I'm not going to be trading the short-term market again. I'm actually trading long-term. Do you understand? Now, if the daily time frame is bullish, the 4 hour time frame is definitely going to be bullish. Do you understand? If the daily time frame is pushing up to create a higher high, the 4 hour time frame is going to be doing uptrend. If it's retracing on the daily time frame, the 4 hour time frame is going to be doing a downtrend. Now, I'm selling on the, let's say the 4 hour time frame now is doing a downtrend. If I'm selling on, let's say the 1 hour time frame now, if price gets to like a daily zone where price is going to reverse back up and start pushing back up, the 4 hour time frame is going to shift back to an uptrend. So I'm going to see everything happening on like the 4 hour time frame. So there's no need to panic. Do you understand? Why I say it's a reference, this thing, honestly, I don't even know. Sometimes I just use it for like, oh, I want to see what the daily time frame looks like, but then it's a very, very rare. Except when I'm giving examples to people in class. Do you understand? But then basing my analysis of it, I rarely do that. Do you get? So this GBP NZDUSD, NZD, yeah. Please, what I like, what? Please, can you show me on the chart? Like I said, this is just like for example purpose. I don't really use it for anything. Do you get? Like if you see my analysis, I'm only starting from 4 hour. Do you get? Because this one now gives us the overall movements on the short term, like for the short term period. Do you understand? Short term now is not like a long period. We understand that even if, let's say, this thing is following the daily, if the daily wants to reverse, this one will reverse. So it's more or less like short. When I say short term, I don't really know how I'm going to explain it, but it's more or less like how if you have a problem that is urgent, do you understand? And then someone is bringing solutions to you. Do you get? The solutions you're going to be paying attention to will not be solutions like let's say, oh, you want to find money to sort out something very, very fast. If someone starts coming to me and give you updates that it's going to take 1 month for you to get the money to sort that problem, you will not listen to it. Do you understand? But if someone now brings a solution that within 1 day, 2 hours, you'd actually make the money you need to solve that problem, you actually pay attention to it. Do you understand? That's you having a short-term problem and then finding a short-term solution to it. Do you understand? Now, if if I have a short-term problem and then I start looking for long-term solutions, you'd see that the whole thing is not going to fit in. I don't know if you guys are getting the idea, that sort of stuff. So on this 4 hour time frame, honestly, I'm not even going to stress myself. I'll just slap a range on this thing and leave it alone. So we got a range, something like this. Yep, so it's done. Yep, and if you look at this 1 hour too, it's almost the same thing. So this person asking what I use the daily time frame for here, what I'll just advise is go back and then go back and then look at my video on top-down analysis. Do you understand? I have this whole video on top-down analysis. Let me see. Uh, let me send you guys the link. So you can just take a look at it. I explained in what situations you should actually use like the daily time frame. I explained it extensively. You can look at it and then see what time frames you should be using actually. So, so there's the link. If you're looking, okay, sorry. Let me send it to everyone. Chat. If you're looking to like learn the whole thing about time frames and all, just watch the video. Yeah. So that being said, we would call it a morning. We've come to the end of this whole analysis session. You can just pay attention to the opportunities we have on AUDUSD and then NZDUSD. Yeah. Have a very wonderful trading day, and then I'll catch you guys hopefully midweek before before our main session on Sunday. So take care of yourselves, guys, and then catch you some other time. You're welcome, guys.